Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Scottalicious Fabulous here, and I'm so glad that you beautiful faces could join me today. Today we are actually going to be talking about something that I don't talk about often on my channel. And that is the fact that I have severe Crohn's disease, and yes, it is diagnosed. I get asked that a lot. It's diagnosed, guys. For those of you wondering what the disease actually is, I'm gonna actually I googled it real quick. It explains it a lot better than I ever could. I'll quickly read it off to you here. Crohn's disease is an inflammatory bowel disease, IBD. It causes inflammation of your digestive tract, which can lead to abdominal pain, severe diarrhea, fatigue, weight loss, and malnutrition. Inflammation caused by Crohn's disease can involve different areas of the digestive tract in different people. I'm going to be talking about what it's like living with it, how I cope with it, the mental stresses, the physical stresses. I'm going to try to cover as much as I can in this video. If this interests you, please like, share, and or subscribe, and let's get right into it, sis. So I want to first off start talking about how it affects my body, and then we're going to try and go from there because there's a lot of topics on this, or like in this whole category. It's a lot to talk about, but I get a lot of pain in my stomach and bowels. I have 2 inflamed areas in my small intestine. So even though I have those 2 areas, even though like the disease essentially like is really bad in those areas, I still get symptoms quite literally everywhere. Like even when my Crohn's disease isn't necessarily freaking out, it's freaking out in my body because it's an autoimmune disease and it can trigger into like my joints and stuff. So I was actually going to a doctor for a while trying to figure out if I had like some weird type of arthritis, and they were like, sis, like it's your Crohn's, it's manifesting in your joints and other areas in your body. I have been to the doctors so many times due to things where I'm like, my body is doing a list, like, what's up? And after months of testing, they're like, the conclusion is it's Crohn's disease. It's just, it might not be hurting your stomach right this second, but it's hurting your other areas. And honestly, that's the best way I can explain it. And the most painful part of all of it, of like having Crohn's disease for me personally, is the flare-up pain. I call it a flare-up pain. You'll hear me mention flares a whole bunch of times. It can mean different things. I use it as like a blanket term, but when I'm like, oh, I'm in a flare-up pain, it's like your stomach is just, the nerve endings in your stomach, I think, the way they explained it to me, they're just absolutely freaking out. They're contrasting, and it feels like your stomach is just like ringing like this. It's really hard to explain the pain, like a cramp, but times 100. That's honestly the best way I can explain it. It feels like someone's just like, you know when in the Alien movies where like the chest burster comes out, that's what it feels like, but in your stomach. And that essentially gets caused by a plethora of things, mainly being food and medicine. So if I actually get a infusion in my arm, as you can tell, the bruise is massive. This happens 5 to 6 weeks at a time. Sorry, every 5 to 6 weeks. So I go in, I get a needle in my arm for about 2 to 3 hours, sometimes longer, depending how busy they are. But, yeah, it leaves the nastiest bruise. And where I live, walking around with a bruise like this, people think I am a drug addict. And no, like, hate to those types of people or anything, but I'm not a drug addict. It's my IV arm. That's literally, I get it there. It happens almost every single time I get it. This time, this is the worst it's been in a while, to be honest. Like, the whole time that it was in, it just hurt so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, like, there's something wrong here, but I want it out, okay? Like, especially with this whole pandemic, sis, with an autoimmune disease. As you know, like, immunocompromised people, they don't want to be outside right now. They don't want to be near people. So, like, being out and about when I have to get this. Because if I don't, I get really sick really, really fast. And actually, because it's a direct deposit into your arm and it goes right into your bloodstream and such, your body kind of gets, like, addicted to it. And you go through a type of withdrawal after, like, a certain amount of weeks. And sis, it is nasty. I can only imagine what, like, real withdrawal is actually like of, like, something, of, like, hard drugs or something. I can only imagine what it's actually like. But it's still not pleasant to live with. You're going to see me rant a lot. Next will be, I said, I'm going to transition to diet and food because I just said that food can actually cause a lot of the flare-up pains in my stomach and, like, bowels. And that's because my body can't digest them. My body cannot digest normal food. And the list is long. The list is really, really long. I can't eat. Prepare, y'all are gonna be shocked. Even saying it out loud sometimes, it's just like, really, like, this can't be real. But it is. It's something I deal with every day. I can't have fruits, vegetables, raw or cooked. So, like, they have to be fully pureed and strained if I am in order to have them. I'm not even kidding you. It is the biggest pain in the ass in the world. I'm essentially not getting any type of nutrients, or I try my best, but, like, it's irritating. Anyway, apples. I know I said fruits, but apples. I can't have apple juice. I can't have pureed apple. I can't have anything with apple. My stomach cannot, like I said, apple juice. Can't handle it. I don't know why. It could be something in the apple that my body just cannot digest. But I can't have apples in specific to fruit. Or anything with seeds. I can't have seeds. I can't have seeds or nuts. Nothing of the sort. I can have softened cashews. So you know when you make, like, cashew creams and, like, cashew butter and that type of stuff? I can have that. But I cannot have raw cashews. I can't have raw peanuts. I can have peanut butter. Not crunchy. It has to be smooth. Girl. And this is only, like, the tip of the iceberg. This is the tip of the iceberg. I can't have gluten. I can't have beef or pork. And mind you, I've been a vegetarian for long before I even got diagnosed. So, like, if you don't know, when you're a vegetarian for so long and you go back to meat, your body is essentially shocked and you can actually get really ill. Well, not, like, super ill, like, you're gonna, like, pass or, like, you just don't, like, your body has a very hard time digesting it. And I can tell you right now, my body will not be able to handle it. Like, not even just the fact that I'm a vegetarian, it's the fact that I have Crohn's disease and I'm a vegetarian. I haven't had meat for at least 10 to 12 years. My body won't be able to handle it, and I already know that. I can't have anything deep fried. I can't say I can't have anything deep fried. If I have something deep fried, it has to be in super moderation. And I mean, like, going out to, like, get French fries from Wendy's or something like that. Like, that's all I can really do. Like, I can't have fast food. Fast food does not cater to me. Going out for food, for supper, for, you know, when you go out to, what's a famous restaurant? Like, I haven't been to, like, a big restaurant in years. Like, I can't eat there. It sucks. It sucks. It makes your morale very low because you always see people like, oh, I'm out for my birthday, my mom's birthday, my sister's birthday, and we're out having a good time with dinner and supper, and I can't do that. So it really sucks when you want to do that, and it's like, well, I can't even do that. But I have found throughout the past couple of years, things have been getting better in that realm where, like, Some pizza places actually do gluten-free and dairy-free. Amazing. That makes me so happy because until then, I haven't been out for a pizza in 6 years. Until this year. Or was it last year? Essentially in the past 6 to 7 months, I hadn't gone out to have a pizza. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a small luxury that as a Canadian, you would like to enjoy, you know? I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, white world problems. I mean, first world problems, whatever, right? This is like, anytime I tell people this, they're like, what the hell? Like, I don't know how you do it. And it's just, if you want to live, that's what you're going to do. Like, I don't want to be in my bed all day, so. Even though that's what I feel like doing no matter what, but you know. Transitioning from the food topic onto medicine. As I explained, the medicine, oh my god, even just like touch, it hurts so bad. Like this bruise is absolutely nasty. I have to get that every 5 to 6 weeks. Each infusion, get ready for this number, guys, because this is disgusting. I don't even, if it wasn't for me being on government support for like disabled people, I'd probably be in the hospital or dead. But it costs roughly $2,000 to $3,000 plus per infusion. That's per infusion. That's not like, oh, a set of 12 infusions. No, that is per infusion. Every time someone goes in there, they essentially have to pay that much money. It is absolutely ridiculous. It is outrageous. Even the oral medication, because I take 2 different types of medication for Crohn's disease. I take one daily, and then I get the IV in my arm every 5 to 6 weeks. The one that I have to take daily costs anywhere from $150 to like $200 a bottle. Crazy. And that's only like a month's supply. I'm sorry, my lizard is like, he thinks he's Spider-Man and he's not. I'm sorry if you keep hearing scratching, girl. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, the medicine ain't cheap. Per year, it's like literally a yearly salary for somebody with, like, it is so much money. I just think about that. Every 5 to 6 weeks, you have to pay $2,000 to $3,000. Like, thank God I don't. Like I said, if I wasn't on government assistance, I wouldn't be able to. I would be in the hospital or dead right now. That's just the tea. And I hate saying that, but it's true. I actually failed to mention what that IV medication actually does to the body, and it actually brings your immune system to ground zero. So it's a super immunosuppressant. That's how your body essentially tries to heal itself. It's complicated, but yeah, super immunocompromised. You can only imagine how that works out during a pandemic. Now, transitioning from medicine to weight problems. Up until about last year, maybe midway last year, I was pushing at the most 130 pounds. And I'm 24 years old. Almost, I think I'm like 5'10", 5'11". So that's very light. Very, very light for how tall I am. And like my build and everything. Like, I was very unhealthy. Not in a sense like it was my fault. I'm still not very healthy as it is. It's just I have weight on me now. I just look healthier. It's like an optical illusion, if you'd like. It's like, oh, he looks so much healthier now. He must be feeling great. Wrong. I feel just as bad, if not, like, because I've gained all this weight, my body is having a really difficult time trying to adjust. Not even adjusting. I remember, because, like, everybody that knows me knows I have a certain walk. When I started gaining all this weight, and I was probably like 145 in weight, girl, I had the toughest time trying to adjust my walking. Like, it was just so weird. Like, I felt like I couldn't walk normally because, like, I had just gained so much extra weight and, like, everything was just, I just look bigger now, you know what I mean? And, like, I'm just bigger. So, like, it was definitely an adjustment, but my body actually can't handle how much weight I've put on. So, like, I'll be on my feet for probably, like, half an hour, and my feet feel like they are being stabbed. They feel like they are being stabbed because my body can't support how much weight I put on. And it's like, huh? If it's not one thing, girl, it's another. It is another. And it's exhausting. It is so exhausting. Whew. Just talking about it now, it's just like, girl, I'm like out of breath. Just like, it's like, girl. I keep saying girl, but it's exhausting. Let's just say that. You're probably sitting there wondering, how on earth do you stay sane? How do you make it? How do you cope with all of that stress? And mind you, I haven't even touched all of the stress, because like all of that on top of like past trauma in life and like having, I have a generalized anxiety panic attack disorder. If that wasn't enough, I have a panic attack disorder, which I have to medicate daily for. No problem with that. I used to be like against medication, but sis, if you are debating trying out panic attack medication, anxiety, depression medication, please consult your doctor. Please talk to them. It could be the most beneficial thing for you. It was so beneficial to me. I will never thank myself enough for getting on panic attack medication, because I couldn't function. I just couldn't function. Like I said, I've had past traumas, so like it could be like a PTSD type thing. I haven't, mind you, the panic attack, anxiety, and depression are diagnosed. I went to a doctor, hence why I'm medicated. They sent me to therapy and such. It helps. Try talking to somebody. This just turned into like a mental health rant, but it's because I have such a mental health strain. Like, it's a daily struggle just as much as my physical diseases. And with all of that going on, it really adds to the mental aspect. It makes me depressed. I can't work. I can't make a living. I can't make money, and I can't be happy, I can't, not that I can't be happy. It's not that I can't live a comfortable life with the money that I have. It's like, I'm struggling financially every single day. And there is a lot of strain from all of this. So, like, what I like to do, sorry, I'm ranting again, but what I like to do is focus on fashion. I love fashion. Fashion and music. Those two things, I cannot explain to you how much fashion and like skincare and just keeping up with like my outward appearance really helps me with mental energy, how I feel, my confidence. It really boosts my morale so much, and it's definitely a very good way of coping. Some people might think it's unhealthy, but I honestly, girl, it's taken a very long time to find that coping mechanism and how to make yourself feel human, happy, comfortable, even though on the inside you're in pain, you're depressed, you're anxious. Like, it's very middling. It makes you feel grounded. For me, like, I'm sure people who go through similar things that I do, the mental strain, the physical strain, I'm sure they all have different coping mechanisms. Everybody's different. But music, a big one would be Lady Gaga. Fashion, those kind of things really help me. Like, it sounds stupid, but this Calvin Klein sweater, it makes me feel better. It's, like I said, it sounds stupid, but I like looking good. I like fashion. This sweater has hair all over it. Cats. Another thing that helps you with mental health, having an animal. I have 2 cats. They are my rocks. Same with my boyfriend. But anyways, I'm going to try to wrap this up. Essentially, the 3 biggest things that I use to cope with all of this. Sorry, I keep adding things to the list of things I do to cope with this, but like, girl. Video games, fashion, music, those are like the big three. And then like the physical things would be like cats, animals, boyfriend, relationship. All of those help me level out the playing field for my physical and mental health. And for those things, I am the absolute most grateful. I honestly, like, because of those things make me a lot happier, and it makes me, like, yeah, I go through depression spouts all the time, but at the end of the day, I know what I have, and I know how grateful I am for it, even though living with what I have to live with most of the, like, every day, it's just exhausting. I still have those rocks, and they remind me that I'm human, I have feelings, and yeah. Sorry, this video turned out way longer than I wanted it to. I'm sorry. I will show you guys my cute little look of the day real quick. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm so glad if you made it through to the end of this video. Probably nobody did, but that's okay. If this video was even coherent in the slightest, please like, share, subscribe, and or comment. And I hope you guys enjoyed my cute little look today, my cute little summer look. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!